Welcome back, attractive and well-educated watchers, to a brand new episode of the Grand Crusade. Last time we left off, the party had crashed a giant spaceship into an alien fortress and rolled out and started killing the shit out of everybody, joined by a bunch of six-legged, four-eyed alien dog things that were very desperate to kill the Baskericks as well. Now, we are gonna continue off after that incident. Everybody, feel free to introduce yourselves.
Hello, I'm Father Mihaly.
Boyo Folkhard.
I am Matei of Argamum.
Hi, I'm Coffee with a couple Malmbjorn.
Excellent.
With a side of Malmbjorn.
It's funny because actually, if anybody knows about coffee, it might be Malmbjorn.
Would it?
Yeah,
And
because the Byzantines touched that area of the Middle East and Africa. Yeah,
wonderful.
That had coffee at the time.
It is the nectar of the gods.
Nice.
It would literally be me and Malmbjorn.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh no. Yeah. No. Boyo actually would have a lot of coffee. Yeah. Boyo might even have.
I would basically
seeds.
I would live on the shit.
Yeah. Yeah, Boyo would be very accustomed to and probably very enamored with coffee. He's probably the guy who was able to appreciate it for several years.
I better cozy up to Boyo a little more.
Guess so. So as usual, we will have to bore everybody with a few minutes block text, and then we can get to shit. The day, so far as you know, is September 16th, 1189. A day has passed since your landing on the Baskericks colony of Jenterzi. The battle yesterday was glorious. The blood of the Baskericks beasts flowed like water, and after the battle, the cavalry that chased the aliens out of their own settlement grazed their hungry steeds on the on the blue-green grass of the world, and all beasts drank thirstily from the local streams that cascade through the once mighty fortress of Gantarok. You are aware that the fortress is not alone, for Gantarok is merely an administrative receiving ground where unknown ships stop for inspection and processing, but many of the machines that create the magnet shield are still intact, and it will do well enough until you are able to claim others on the others of the planet. Sulatax, the floating community farthest away from all land, is the planet's primary commerce center and the main area to which the average Baskericks goes to take part in what little social interaction they care to, all whilst jockeying in an intricate barter system that seems entirely void of any and all currency. Instead, they trade goods back and forth after browsing through gigantic catalogs, which list the respective belongings of any given trader. It might be more respectable to human sensibilities if there was anywhere for the average person to stand. Instead, a great underwater chandelier of markets extends deep under the water, held up by the gigantic floating surface community, which mostly manages industry and power generation. Finally, Aruba is the largest community of the planet, the world's capital, and home to the Baskericks governor who manages the sphere personally. Great spires reach skyward and fling pods of material into space to facilitate transportation more easily and cheaply. And around the chief island of this chain is something all but foreign to what you've seen so far in Baskericks' defenses. A wall. 500 feet tall and wide enough to ride a dozen men abreast, Aruba's defenses are absolutely colossal compared to the other two communities, and within the governor rules only in name, instead spending all of his time and effort trying to convince the empire above to grant him even grander territories, all the while directly neglecting the bountiful tracts of land upon which he might be satisfied for centuries to come. Fortunately for you, despite the fact that the ship you came in on was destroyed, there are other ships at Gantarok, some more fantastical even than the one you came in on, and there is much more in Gantarok to investigate, but such a deep exploration might take months, and you haven't yet the time to dally. Instead, the Zupan has journeyed to Sulatax with the Archimandrake Christophoros and the Master Blacksmith Sixtus Malevich. There, out of sight of Gantarok, they will treat with the governor of the Baskericks colony, and the Zupan shall lay down his demands. You, however, will all be staying behind at Ganterok to treat with the Hebard Princess, or the Hebard leader, Princess Meralda. While difficult to understand at first, one of Meralda's retainers happens to speak the language of Nog, having shown an interest in history and having studied the people of which Boyo has accidentally assimilated the entire culture of. While his understanding of the language is childish and provincial at best to the enterprising Volkard, this is more than enough to speak fluently and facilitate this meeting, if quite slowly at times. Allowed the time to prepare for such things, of course, Princess Meralda has given you time to ruminate on what will happen in the future. Choices must be made even before the meeting, however, and you must all decide how to consider this. Perhaps you could recommend to the Zupon that you find Earth again. Perhaps you could journey back home. Or perhaps you should stay and journey further on even still. The world of the Jenterzi is quite unclaimed, unsettled, and ready for human habitation. Who could say what wonderful sights and sounds lie beyond this simple coastline? Even if you must treat with the Hebard Princess, you must also first talk about what you actually want from this journey and how to best advise the Zupon. Even though the air in Jenterzi has this strange tendency to make you burst into giggles and plasters a perpetual smile on your face, one can remain serious if they are already strong of will and well-trained of mind. It is, if nothing else, an excellent place to raise a family, peaceful, open, clean of air, and such wonderful views. Here, on the coast, a man might live in peace and comfort for the rest of his days, if only to want for community and purpose. Whatever decision you make to advise the Zupon, one thing is for certain. You are not to tell the Hebard Princess the truth. Presently, humanity and the Hebards are at war with the Beskariks, and allowing them to know that you never intended to be here in the first place, that humanity has never been to the stars before now, this would shatter any and all confidence the princess might have in her recent saviors, and could end diplomacy before it even begins. Instead, you have been given deceptions to spin. To the princess, you have already been introduced as the following. Matei is known as Lord Matei, Master of the Wilds of the planet of Argamum. And Boyo Volkard shall publicly be respected as High Merchant Boyo Silkhands of the Volkard Consortium, inventor and scholar of the greatest house of interstellar merchants this side of the galactic core. Malmbjorn, well, for once, a role need not be embellished. He is the bodyguard of the Emperor of the Romans, personal protector of over 900 stars, and leader of the greatest empire that humanity has ever seen, personally sent to befriend the Zupon so that the Romans can rely on him and his ingenuity. Nobody needs to mention that the 900 stars have been embellished from 900 cities, of course. And Father Mihaly Pop will be a master theologian, of course, one of the wisest and most capable spiritual advisors next to the Archimandrite himself. He is here to bring wisdom to the stars. If the Hebards are to be trusted, if Princess Meralda is determined to be worthy of respect and true to her word, then perhaps the Hebards could even join the fight against the Beskariks alongside the Crusaders, or perhaps they could assist with any other number of great tasks. But now is the time where you must make your choices. First and foremost, what do you think the Zupon should do about Earth? Should you search for a path back, now that it is impossible for the Beskariks to find you? Or should you stay the course and seek out life among the stars? Perhaps back on Earth, with a ship in your possession, you would be regarded as far grander than you'd ever thought possible before this journey. But in the great beyond, who could say what infinite possibilities await? Discuss.
Oh, are we expected to talk now?
Yes, that's you. Sorry for the
Oh,
long
I figured we just let you carry on for the whole session.
No, fuck you.
Language. This is a Christian household.
We're crusaders. No swearing among good Christian men at war. Oh, man. Okay, but yeah, seriously, you guys are before the meeting with Princess Meralda.
So
my initial feeling. Sorry, no. Actually, you go ahead first.
Okay. I was actually going to say, I already know what my suggestions are going to be. like what I'm going to suggest that we do. I know that I can speak with one of them.
Yeah.
And so having had the chance to have conversation, I already know what I plan to do. So,
All right. Well, I'm going to actually turn to Ivan and ask him.
Yvonne's not there right now.
Oh, he's not there.
No,
okay.
no, yeah, he's gone off to the city on the ocean.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, okay.
Well, Boyo, what is it? Well, Boyo, what is it you intend to do then?
well, I don't think we should try to make it back to Earth.
We are in agreement then. At least I'm in agreement with you. Not only that, I'm not even sure if it would be possible to return to Earth.
Oh, it would be possible. I just don't think it's a good idea.
Boyo, actually, we don't think anybody knows what you know about the ship yet. Like the ship's computer.
Oh. Well, that's true.
Well, then do share.
I personally know that it would be possible for us to eventually find our way back, but it would take a very long time. The ship's computers are destroyed.
Damn it.
How long of a time are we saying here?
That could be a problem.
It could be many, many years.
We might grow old and die before we even were to arrive to Earth then.
Are there no other ships?
There are other ships.
Okay.
There are other ships. There have to be. But none of them would know where Earth is.
Why do you believe that?
Because this is the only ship that's been there. Ours is the only ship that's been there.
Do they not have maps? We can just follow the map to the area where...
They have maps. They have maps. But if I gave you a map of all of the grains of sand on this beach, would you be able to point to a single one and know what it is?
No, I don't think we would.
Fair point.
Exactly.
And
There are as many stars out there as there are grains of sand on this beach.
I don't believe
all the more
that.
reason
There's clearly more sand, as you can see.
Well, all this does is strengthen my own points about it not being even possible to return to Earth.
I happen to know enough about our what's a good word?
You have the word astronomy. You have the word for astronomy. That's a thing.
Well, no, I mean the word for our specific solar system. I wouldn't call it the Sol system. I don't think.
Our sun.
Yeah. I have enough information about our sun to eventually find our way back between myself and potentially a computer or two. I don't know if I would call it a computer, but
you'd call it a thinking machine. Yeah.
A thinking machine, yeah. But it would take a very long time.
Yes.
I had earlier when we were trying to talk over each other, you can disregard my comment about the sand, because since we were talking over each other, I forgot what I was going to say. So you just disregard that for now.
That's fair. Yeah, we kind of changed subjects in the middle of it, so. But yeah, so that's basically what I would say about it.
Yeah. Well, as I essentially stated earlier, I am inclined to agree with Boyo. And not only that, the fact that we are this far from home, the fact that all of these things have happened to us so far, perhaps this is what God intends for us. Perhaps he intends for us to spread our civilization and the true word amongst the stars.
Well, all I can say is that this is clearly out of the norm, but I do not like the thought of being stranded away from home. However, I can also not deny that the technology they have here far surpasses our own, and we would be amiss to not take advantage of the situation.
Something else to remember, Malmbjorn, is if we do go home, what happens if they follow us?
That is another worry of mine.
Yes, after all, if they could get... Oh, go ahead.
No, sorry. I was just going to say, if we take one ship, they may be able to bring 1,000.
Yes. They found our home once, they can do it again.
Particularly if we lead them there.
Yes.
Now, I, for one, am relatively happy here. I have my muscles. I have my family. I have much of my goods. It appears that I could make quite a life out here.
But what about the others, the other people that we brought along with us? This is a decision we can't just make for ourselves.
No, this is feudalism. It is a decision you can make by yourself.
I believe this is a decision that we must make for them.
This is feudalism. You're advising the highest ranking feudal lord in the area. This is absolutely a decision you can make for yourselves.
Okay, well,
yeah.
All men are not created equal in this culture.
Okay, disregard
and besides, we have little choice but to at least attempt to make a new life here anyway.
And based on what I have learned of the various creatures that are in this city, we have more than enough to support ourselves for most likely as long as we need, provided we are not attacked by an overwhelming force.
That will not last long, seeing as we have already attacked them. We can expect some sort of retaliation.
Eventually.
But then all we might need is the cooperation of... Do we... Actually, just to break character, do we actually know the name... Do we know the names of the Hebard species? Or have we been told that yet?
They're called the
Hebards.
Yeah. The Hebard, to you guys... the word Hebard is like a Saxon term meaning bright-hearted, by the way. People who are particularly good linguists in the party know that it almost certainly has no relation, but it's a nice word. It's a nice name for a people to you, as opposed to the Bescorix, which is kind of...
Doesn't roll off the tongue.
It's a very grating sort of term.
It's unpleasant.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Anyways, I was about to say, but what we would just need the cooperation of the Hebards. They, as far as I can tell, they are quite the strong peoples, aren't they?
I wouldn't put so much faith in another. I don't know. Would I know the word for species?
We believe you would, actually. We believe the term species had existed at that point. We could.
I wouldn't trust them so easily this time.
You might call them another race, actually.
Okay.
Yeah.
I wouldn't trust this new race too easily this time, seeing as how the first ones tricked us in the first place.
And yet the Bescorix were their captors, were they not? As the saying goes, the enemy of my enemy is my friend. That's that actual saying at the time?
Nope, Father Mihaly totally fucking made that phrase just now.
I'm the first one to say
Congratulations, you are the guy who made the saying.
it. Yes. And besides, it remains to be seen if they can be trusted or not. We should make it clear to them that we are on the same side. Now, Boyo, we will need your assistance in this since you're the only one who can actually communicate with them.
Well, I can I can specifically communicate with one of them.
And which is one more than the rest of us.
Yeah, he's gonna be your translator for the princess.
Yeah.
The one guy you'll talk to.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kind of a conquistador type situation, really.
Yeah.
So this meeting, do we, out of character, this meeting, are we all going to be present, or...
Everybody in the party is going to be present at the meeting with Princess Meralda, yes.
Okay, and how much time do we have until then? Is it right after this?
Right after you're done settling shit.
Okay.
There's no hurry or anything. You don't have to rush off to the meeting with Princess Meralda. Just this is just before that.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. So you are all in agreement that we should stay on this planet and or keep going against the Beskariks?
For the safety of our own planet, I don't think we have any other choice.
For lack of
Agreed.
any other options, I would also agree with that. We do not...
Then we are all in agreement then.
It's unanimous. The council is unanimous in their agreement.
However, I would implore us to at least tell the rest of the people so they do not riot if they should be surprised and not like the outcome.
I think if we explain it properly to them, they won't be too upset.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm fairly certain a lot of them will be upset, but at least knowing the truth, they'll learn to adapt.
All right.
Yeah.
So, if everybody is in unanimous agreement, who said feudalism doesn't work? Look at that! The council is in agreement. Who needs all this democracy shit?
Yeah.
Oh, I got some colorful words on that. Let's skip that topic.
No,
Yeah.
this is actually democracy, and democracy was fairly common in the Middle Ages.
No, I get that. It was all joking.
This is literally what they would call representative
Yeah.
democracy.
Yeah.
We are the representatives.
Yeah. No, I get that.
Yeah. So switch back to the thingy here. We have to. We almost said we're gonna switch back to the Boyo. We really have to watch our colloquials here with Boyo around. Okay. So
Yeah, no real names.
Well, just Boyo the character and Boyo the colloquial term are very different.
Or like a thing.
Yeah, okay, let's go back to the Boyo over here. Yeah, I'm right here. Sorry, okay. So, as it is, you enter into the chamber. Within sits the Princess Meralda, now actually dressed in something, one of the large toga-type things that you got from one of the warehouses. Princess Meralda is assisted by a 13-foot-tall version of her, but, without the breasts or extra-large belly. And she is, on both sides, she has one of the normal 15-foot versions that are now the males, called knights. The princess rises to her feet and says, "Thank you very much for your assistance. I owe you more than I could explain. I have been told that you are great figures from your planet. Please tell me more. What kind of people are you?" anybody.
Oh, well, I would have to say that I am a master marksman who does much of the scouting for our various planets.
Wonderful. I'd heard that you are a master hunter and capable pathfinder.
Yes, I am quite proud of that and my skills.
I've noticed that you don't have any specialized computerization on you. None of your people seem to. Is there a reason that we don't see more advanced technology in the open eye?
Relying on
is inside of us.
Say
Much of it is inside of us. We have found ways to internalize most of our methods.
Malmborn, you were also saying something.
Oh, my apologies. I was gonna say relying too heavily on machines dulls our skills and intellect, so we do not rely on them.
We believe the same. Our people try to live as simply as possible and work with each other rather than the crude automation of the Beskereks. This forms strong family connections, powerful friendships that last many years.
I would have to agree with that.
I'm gonna like bite my tongue almost in shock at how quote unquote human they seem.
Yeah.
Anybody else want to tell them your specialities?
I am Malmbjorn Gnolfsson, guardian of brain fart. Personal guard of the Emperor of Rome, ruler of 900 systems.
Fascinating. But I'm sorry, I understand what you do, but please would you mind telling me, what are you?
I am a warrior, protector of the Emperor.
Oh.
Our species.
Oh. We are human.
Humans.
Yes.
Human.
An interesting term. Does it mean anything?
We are the children of God. We are made in his image to rule over the earth.
And Earth is your home planet.
Correct. I
Fascinating.
believe Boyo would be best to describe that.
Who is this god figure you speak of? Is that your patriarch or matriarch?
He is. You may say he is our patriarch, but he is more than that. He is our creator. Not only did he create us, he created everything.
So you have a progenitor race that you had that raised you from that uplifted you.
Yes.
Fascinating. We believe that a race that we call the Awakeners brought us from small mats of sludge-bearing fungus on the ground to what we are now. Once upon a time, we were small and weak, but with the technology that they granted upon us, we have become large and strong.
Would you happen to know what kind of technology that would be to make such a transformation?
We have long since mastered such things. If we were to work together, perhaps if you would not require us to leave this planet, then we might assist you in a similar way. The Beskereks are clearly an enemy to both of us. There are many reasons to work together.
In this, we are in agreement. We cannot allow the Beskereks back to our planet.
I was intending to settle this planet for my people, but as you were the ones who saved me, I must owe you some sort of debt of gratitude, and for that, if you desire to keep this entire world for yourself, I do understand. But if we were to work together, I am sure that we could spare some of our technology to assist. Perhaps even further integration, if you would be interested in such a thing.
The Emperor would be pleased to have gained new allies in a foe such as this. I have no doubt that we could share many things between our peoples and become great allies. I do not believe this would be an issue at all.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm out of character. Right now, I feel like I'm talking, like I'm making a voicemail. It's like I can't talk. It's, you know when you try to make a phone call and then you can't, like, you forget how to speak. I feel that right now, and I don't know why. It's weird.
Is it because the words that you're saying just kind of feel like they don't have any meaning? Or is it because you're trying, or is it because you can't figure out what word to put in front of the next?
Yeah. And keep in mind, Boyo is having to translate all of this.
Yeah, that, but I'm also trying to come up with something to say, and at the same time, I don't know if it's in line with my own character,
Yeah.
So I'm trying to figure out where my character is going. He's not a straight meathead, but I also don't really know how to properly roleplay, so I don't really know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
So it just feels
I have something I want to say. Okay.
Holly, or just general?
No, as Mihaly.
Okay. Sorry, we were out of character there for a second.
Yeah. We would greatly appreciate any ally that comes our way. We have heard how vast the Beskrix Empire is. So any help you can offer to help us defeat him would be greatly appreciated.
Well, if that is the case, then perhaps we could arrange dealings. Our people have not been able to maintain parity against the Beskrix for quite some time. Their material sciences allow their ships to largely be invulnerable against what munitions my people are capable of throwing. However, if we were able to share the fortress together and integrate as our societies might together as one, perhaps we could assist in reverse engineering whatever technology makes their ships so strong. Clearly, they are able to destroy parts of their own ships, but we, the Hebards, do not understand yet how that works. I was to go back to my mother's home world if I was turned off from this, but this planet is vast and contains great resources beyond our previous understanding. We were prospecting from orbit before the Beskrix captured us.
Oh, you're done talking. Oh,
yes.
I'm trying. Let's see. Okay. Then I would say. Dang. Boyo, do you want to say anything?
I've been translating literally everything everybody is saying.
No, I mean,
So,
your own.
I myself, I will add anything I want to add.
Okay.
Okay.
Just
Then it seems
But,
cooperation.
yeah.
Then it seems cooperation will be necessary then.
I do not know if you've been have the chance to explore this world at any, but do you have any knowledge you could share currently about the Beskrix or this world? Maybe how long it would take for additional armies to arrive should they find out what we've done here?
Oh, I'm afraid that my people will not be assisting on this planet, certainly, but if you were able to reach out to my mother's planet, she has a considerably wider network of connections across our small empire. And there are many beyond that might be interested in assisting. The Nothrenia, in particular, have been under interdict by the Beskariks for nearly 100 years. It has been said that they have been chased entirely from their outer space colonies to their homeworld, but for whatever reason, the Beskariks cannot seem to take the final planet. There are also rumors of great raiders that go throughout. I hear that they are very interested in all manner of resources. I know not if they can be dealt with.
How have your people been dealing with the Beskariks so far?
Poorly. We lack the capacity to fight them in space, and our ability to approach their own planets are largely repelled by their weapons. We do not spread nearly as quickly as the Beskariks either, for our rate of reproduction is far lower, and we tend to use what stars we have much more completely than them.
So, you say your weapons are. Sorry, what did you say exactly against what kind of weaponry they had? I missed what you said.
They didn't say what weapons they had. They just said that any weapons that they have cannot harm the Beskariks' hulls.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay, so would you say your weapons are more like theirs or like ours? And I'll just hold up my axe. Just to show, not like threateningly or anything.
We utilize Macron cannons.
More like theirs.
Okay.
Tiny scatter guns of cosmic dust shooting at proportionate the speed of light. Dust.
Yes,
guns.
but as far as Malmbjorn would understand.
More
like theirs.
More like theirs. Yeah.
Okay. So okay.
Any other questions?
Okay. Yeah. I'm trying to word it without it being obvious. You know, I don't want to like. Yeah, I'm trying to word things without it being obvious. So one moment.
Perhaps we could show you how some of their machinery and their weapons work.
That would be much appreciated. The Hebards have been trying to find out how to reverse engineer Beskarik's machinery for many centuries.
Yeah.
Well, from what we've seen, for all their machinery, it didn't do them very good. For they don't even know how to fight and defend themselves. What how do your people fare? Do you have any sort of knowledge of warfare, or?
Our people are quite orderly about it. Even our least of handmaidens maintains her martial arts traits and practices every day, as long as we can. We have, for many thousands of years, been practicing our bodies and honing them into finely tooled machines. Since we prefer to not rely on automation, we instead train ourselves to be better.
And you said you have, so with all your training, though, you still are unable to match their ships. You're unable to reach them. Like
I'm afraid we've never even seen Hebards in face to face until a few days ago when we were captured, or not Hebards, Beskariks. No Hebard has ever been able to meet and face Beskariks in the field, for they are cowardly and prefer not to face down their enemies properly.
This, we are in agreement. They know not what they do, but they seem to merely overwhelm their enemy with numbers alone and nothing else.
I wouldn't even say that much. There is no direction to them when they fight, from what I have seen yesterday. For your people spread them aloft and sent them in all directions without any need or thought for their fellows.
Well, I believe we have the makings of a fair alliance.
I would indeed hope so. Perhaps indeed integration will be possible. What had you thought about for the land? Have your people prospected at all?
We have not. For the events that took us here have been so quickly paced, we haven't been able to think, have much time to ourselves. So no.
Of course.
But it does seem to make a suitable place for a second home, I think. If need be.
I noticed you don't seem to have a ship of your own. You came in on a Beskaric scout ship?
Yes. That is the same ship they invaded our planet with. And we took it as spoils of war and returned our vengeance upon them.
But there are only a few thousand of you. Dare you think that you can take on the entirety of the Beskaric's empire just by yourselves with pilfered ships?
It wouldn't just be by ourselves. We would have you.
A proper answer, I'm sure, but there are only a few dozen of us.
Well,
could you not call for your own reinforcements?
Out of character, I don't know how to answer this. Anyone have any ideas?
The real question you have to answer in your minds: why are you here with only one ship? Tick tock, tick tock.
Oh boy,
That's...
Oh crap! How the hell do we answer this one?
We might want to be quick because we might be being timed at this point.
Oh, he just rolled. That was wonderful.
Don't mind us. Go on, do your thing.
This is a test given to me by the Emperor. He wishes to test if I am worthy of my station. So he has given me this what's the word? This task. If I can
remember you're working with the Zupon, you're not the head of this.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, yeah, okay. Well, okay. I'm
No problem. We're just, before you bite your tongue or whatever, we're letting you know.
Well, you did tell him to hurry, so
yeah,
I'm trying to come up with a lie.
Yeah, I'm literally pulling it out of my book right now.
So you are questing then? She asks.
Indeed.
What does that mean in this context?
Yeah.
Is that what you ask her?
No, I'm asking you.
She's asking you if you're questing.
Okay, out of character, what does that mean in this context? Because you've used words in DMs with me before that I had to ask you for the context of.
Yeah, this. Are you familiar with the idea of questing in English, like going on a quest?
Like a mission?
A journey?
Kind of.
Okay, so when you go into your journal in an RPG, in like a video game, in Skyrim or whatever, and it has your list of quests.
Yeah, in that regard, It sounds more like a mission or a task to do. Not really. I don't know. Maybe.
Well, that's the only context you have for what she's saying. We are not going to explain to you the finer intricacies of an alien culture, which you should explore in character.
Yeah, well, I'm not even sure how to integrate that into a lie.
She's asking you, are you questing? Is that what you're saying?
Indeed, yes, we are.
Wonderful. So a challenge, I assume.
Yes, it is. It is one given to us from the Emperor to prove our strength
without the need of outside assistance from the rest of our people.
Fascinating.
Yes, but of course, any allies we make along the way are certainly allowed, if, for lack of a better word, allowed.
Wonderful.
Man, coming up with a lie is hard.
Lying is not easy. Like mentally.
Convincingly too.
Yeah. Your brain has to work very hard for a lie. It does not have to work very hard at all for the truth. So she seems comfortable with this. She asks then to travel with you out onto the warehouses and see the ship, as you talked about. You say that you captured this and it attacked you personally back on your world of Argamum.
Yes.
What is Argamum like? Tell me.
Trying to think. It is a lively community of people who all shop, who all shop and make merry with each other and get along as a wider community.
Shop? What? Why? Wait. I'm talking like character.
In character. Shop? Why fucking shop?
Well, I do have like a background as a merchant.
Okay.
That probably influences that.
Funny, dude.
I'm trying to make up shit here. All right.
Oh yeah, no, I'm not.
No, it's good, man. It's good. Oh, jeez.
We're all sweating. Just dab on our foreheads. Oh shit.
We're glad that you guys aren't talking to the Beskeric's governor here. We're trying to be all cool and shit.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Okay.
Why are you rolling?
No, don't worry about that.
You think they're gonna tell us?
No, don't worry. It's nothing. It's probably not important. It's mostly harmless.
See, you go and ask them that, and now we're all stressing. Just ignore it if you can, okay? Because
So let me take a mulligan on that one. Okay, so from the top, it is a large community of people who
the planet of Argamum.
Yeah, the planet of Argamum is a vast planet of people who nope, I got nothing. Malbjorn, you want to try it?
It's funny. We think it's the funniest part is that Boyo has to fucking translate all of this.
You're killing me.
Because all I got is the large community of people thing.
It is just like any other world, a world of plenty where people work and thrive together. There are many wars, unfortunately, but the strong come out on top, while the righteous are rewarded for their efforts.
Hard work leads to recognition and high repute. I, of all people, can understand that best, for I only got to my position through hard work and exploration. This is wonderful. It would seem as though you humans and us Hebards are not too terribly different after all. We're glad Boyle got that. Humans.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It seems not after all.
So with that, you have basically sealed the deal with Princess Meralda. Full integration will be possible, at least she thinks so. She decides to wander the ship, which has been evacuated of all of the captive Beskariks inside. They have been moved to a protected location, so they can't tell her any of the shit that you don't want her to know. Now her knights, some of whom are actually engineers, will go throughout the ship and see what's going on inside of it. If as so long as Malmbjorn and the other and you guys give her permission to do so. We assume you do.
Yeah, I'm gonna say yeah. I'm also gonna. Do I have any other?
I think
guardsmen
it would be
around me?
it would be very suspicious if we were like, oh no, don't go over there.
Yeah.
Ship.
Right.
Yeah. So
I'm thinking, why not? Oh, this is out of character. My idea is thinking, why not just kill off the rest of the Beskariks that are on the ship? But I don't know what they know or.
This is such a perfect example of what a medieval Varangian guardsman would actually say and suggest in this case.
Well, yeah, that's why I'm bringing it up. I'm trying to...
It's like a great thing for a 7-foot-tall Imperial killing machine to suggest. We love it. Perfectly in character.
So... yeah, I'm gonna... I don't... Yeah, so if she's investigating the ship, I'm gonna ask, everybody here, would it be better if we just killed off, the rest of the Varangians? We can't have them finding out.
The Varangians?
Oh my god. Yeah. No.
The best. And here's a good question.
You can't let those 51 Varangians know, man.
Yeah. Can the Hebards and Beskarits understand each other?
They do not speak the same language, no.
No, but we do know that the Beskariks are very traitorous. If they wish to, go, quote unquote, go down with the ship again, they could, inform her.
Scratch that. You don't know if any specific Beskariks knows Hebard. It's just that none of the Hebards there know Beskariks.
Yeah. So they could be traitorous and trick us again. So I suggest we kill off the Beskariks that we currently brought that were on the ship that came from Earth, so they cannot tell the Hebards anything we don't want them to know.
Yeah.
So I'm asking you guys this as characters.
Here's something I forgot. We forgot about Petar, didn't we?
Oh fuck!
My Beskarik's disciple. What does he make of all this?
Yeah, the Christian.
Yeah,
you haven't told,
or the rest of my disciples.
Bantahar is fucking horrified by what you've done. If his mouth could hang open, it would basically just be done the entire time. He hasn't really talked much.
You didn't say he was in the room. I didn't know.
No, he's not in the room. You don't have any Beskariks with you or anything. Just ever when you moved him out of the ship, after crashing in and killing a bunch of his kinsmen and all that kind of stuff, he just kind of seemed lost for words.
Okay.
And Petar is just horrified and forlorn at how he has failed, and now he's gonna get his head chopped off like the captain did, and all that shit. You know how it goes.
Well, the captain got shanked. The captain got shanked because I was stolen my righteous fury from me.
Well, the captain got shanked, but also remember that their bodies are only a few inches across.
Yeah.
So when he got shanked, he got chopped in half.
I would highly suggest we kill off the rest of the Beskariks in the ship. We cannot have them informing the Hebards of anything. That was to you guys.
I'm thinking. Matei, what do you think? Matei, you there?
Uh-oh. Fall asleep.
God damn it. Okay,
Damn
hold on.
it, Matei is a sleepy motherfucker.
Matei! Matey!
Matey.
Uh-oh, I think we lost him.
Not the first time.
It is not the first time.
Well, I mean,
At least he's not falling asleep in the middle of battle this time, but still.
I'm gonna kind of step in here since you're asking for input. We're not going to kill them all. That's not gonna happen. Partially because if you do, then we can't continue using technology of theirs.
That's true. Our knowledge of their technology is still quite limited.
Because our knowledge is limited, and I can only figure out so much without a live subject to work with.
did we not capture others from the fortress? They at least don't know anything about Earth.
Not that I know of yet. We have a good captive population of them. All we need to do is put them somewhere that we're not giving the Hebards access to.
Yes, having a number of live Beskrits can make it easy to maintain the lie that we understand that we have a good understanding of their technology. Without them, we could only maintain that lie for so long.
Well, also, it's not so much a lie as it's the truth. Like,
oh yes,
we need them in order to use the technology effectively.
You're also just starting to really start adapting the hover carts and stuff that they've got into proper Scooty Puff Juniors. And you know what comes after Scooty Puff Junior? It's a rough roadblock to get over. But after Scooty Puff Junior, you just have Scoot Puff Senior, and you know how badass that one is.
No, I actually.
No, actually, this reference is lost on me now.
That is extremely unfortunate. The people who watch enough Futurama will understand.
Oh yeah.
Sorry, I haven't watched Futurama in a while. I don't know.
Yeah, it's been years for me.
Okay, hold on.
Don't get me wrong, I still love the show. I just
if you
haven't
know,
seen
you
it.
know. Like, so.
Anyway,
yeah.
so how? Anybody else? Matey is or Matei is still gone.
Yeah, because you guys got him hooked on those drugs from the first session.
No, apparently.
Now he's just narking out all the time to avoid his responsibilities.
Yeah.
So you want to keep the Beskerix captive.
Yes.
But that means we have to feed them, water them, all that stuff.
They eat meat.
Yeah.
Okay, we have gotten a message from Matei. He is allegedly awake.
Allegedly. He's
Allegedly.
sleep texting.
Allegedly, he is awake. He just doesn't know what to talk about. So he's being a cave troll.
Yes. So I vote for keeping them alive.
I know that I'm voting for that, but I don't think it's so much a vote as an absolute necessity.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like this can't be put to a vote. There's no option.
Yeah, sorry, Malmbjorn. It's not really. There's no option to kill all of the Beskariks yet. Genocide is not an option in the toolbox for you yet.
Well, it wasn't just genocide. They were prisoners of war.
You've also know from the princess now that there are some other powers out there. There is her own mother's homeworld, which she was planning on going back to and rejoining the colony. There's also the Nothrenia, who are under interdict, so being barricaded in their homeworld by the Beskariks. And then there are allegedly some space pirates or some kind of shit like that run around who maybe can be dealt with, maybe can't be dealt with. If they're running around in Beskarik space, they probably aren't friends of the Beskariks, being pirates and all that.
Oh, let's get some space booty.
Yeah. Not that kind, Malmbjorn. Come on now.
Obviously, you'll have to take this planet first, but, there's only 3 fortresses. How hard could it be?
Yeah, I don't like that word. You just gave it away.
Well, yeah, you already took out one. It was super easy, barely an inconvenience, so, you know.
Yeah, just crash and ship into the rest of them.
A surprise attack can do wonders, okay? But having that happen multiple times, I wouldn't rely on that.
Yeah, eventually they're going to see it coming.
All right. So what's on next?
Now what?
Yeah. I'm asking.
That's the one that's what you're choosing right now. After you take over the planet, which direction are you going to go?
No, I thought we were going to do some things because I wanted to check out some of the buildings from the last session because there's some items and stuff. So if we're done meeting with the princess,
we have switched you all over to the.
I was wondering why stuff was loading.
Yeah, we're switching you all over to the map right now, and you can talk about your hopes and dreams.
Should we have someone escort the princess just to, not the princess, but, the Hebard, just to, I wouldn't say keep an eye on them, but just to learn more about them? Because there's definitely some things I want to do, but at the same time, I can't be in two places at once.
You'll be learning plenty of stuff about her in due time.
Okay.
The only person who would matter is Boyo, because he's the only person who could even hypothetically know what she's saying. None of you speak Hebard, so if she wants to keep secrets from you, she will.
Yeah, I mean...
Yeah.
All right.
The unfortunate truth of the matter. But, everybody should be in the fight map from last time. Just don't pay any attention to the Beskariks. In fact, we'll just because they're not.
They're just corpses now.
Yeah, they're all just corpses now. Don't pay any attention to them.
So,
we're just gonna erase them, so they won't matter.
First, I want to go to the 2 small buildings in the northwest. The one that says, actually, no, that's the wrong one. Sorry. I was looking at the vibro sabers, but then I was going to go to the broadswords one. So I want to disperse the weaponry and armor amongst the soldiers.
There are thousands and thousands of broadswords, sabers, and vibro knives.
Yeah, so I want
one of the knives.
Yeah, I want to disperse the weaponry and armor amongst our soldiers.
Just immediately go to fucking town on these vibro weapons. Of course,
yeah, no, I want to make sure we're all armed up. So I want that. So that's pretty self-explanatory. Obviously,
2 seconds. We'll put the stats
what's
here.
the size? What's the size of those sabers?
They're a saber, so like a cavalry saber.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
Saber-sized.
So
they're saber-sized. We don't know what to tell you, man. Okay, so we're in things in universe. We're putting the vibroblade stats.
Okay. Oh, okay. So I would like to get because I think last time you also said the strange helmets don't fit humans, so we can't really use those. So if there's armor I'm not seeing, so personally I want a broadsword for myself because I have other weapons that have the same damage. So I'm going to take a broadsword for myself.
You can get it any one of them all of them if you want.
Well, okay, you got the damage.
Yeah, everybody can take one of each if they want.
Okay.
There are more of them than there are humans on the entire planet.
Okay. I
think I would like to take one of those vibro knives. What else can you tell me about them?
About vibro blades?
Yeah,
no, the vibro knives, the super fine hyperdense vibro knives on the bottom left.
Vibro blades in general are just blades that vibrate at several, frequency of several thousand rotations per second, so that they cut extra hard. That's all. They're as far as your character is concerned, they're just vibrating knives that cut real easy. You can't even actually see them vibrate. They vibrate so fast.
Okay. Obviously, I don't expect us to be able to carry every single item, all the time. So I'm trying to limit what I take. But
we mean Malmbjorn, you have like a pack animal that just carries your weapons around with you everywhere you go.
Yeah.
We're sorry to tell you, but you're the guy who can actually do that.
Wait, I have a pack animal?
Same with Matei.
I don't see that under my... I don't...
No, you don't have that in your thing. We should have put it in your thing, but if anybody has a horse other than Matei, it's you. Everybody here has a horse, though.
Oh, well, that's news to me. Yeah.
We think we actually mentioned that in the first episode.
I don't remember. Yeah, you definitely need to...
Of course, none of us basically have an inventory still.
Yeah, we're very unfortunate on that.
So I do know that what I would like to do is collect samples of things. Basically, grab one of those hover carts or what have you, and just go around to all of these places and collect samples of things. That way, multiple of them. That way we can reverse engineer things later.
Additionally, apart from the items, once I, start, passing out all the items and armor, if there is armor I'm not seeing, but, to the soldiers, I'm going to head up to the far northeast building where it says companion animals. I'm going to open the balls. Yeah,
Malmbjorn needs himself a cuddly fluff ball.
I'm going to open the door and angelic music is going to start playing. My eyes are going to dilate.
Matei, this is you. This one's for you.
Okay.
Wait, what?
Matei, you know about all of the animals.
Yes, if he asks me, I can tell him what they are.
Oh my god, okay, fair enough.
Well, okay.
Yes.
But, so, should I do my thing first or ask? You
may do either you like. It's fine.
Well, you got me doubting myself now.
No, you already said you're doing the thing. Go do the thing.
All right. Well, since I have no description of what they are, cuddly fluff balls, I'm going to go with what I think they are. Since I got nothing to go on here.
It's actually like a lump of fur the size of a small rabbit with a small nose, like a long, thin nose sticking out that moves around and touches and grabs things around it.
So it's a tribble with a nose. Got it.
Perfect. Very close to what they're called. The Hebards call them torbles.
So it's a tribble. Got it.
Basically. Yeah.
I'm gonna open the.
So we're gonna need all of these.
Can I finish?
No.
Let me finish. I'm trying to get this out.
Do it.
Killing me. I'm going to open the damn door. Angelic music is going to start playing, and my eyes are going to dilate. And I'm going to grab one and just rub its fur and just take one with me.
Oh man!
I thought you were going to try to.
We thought you were going to eat it or throw yourself into the pile of them.
That's what I was expecting.
Which would kill many of them instantly.
I'm going to take one and just put it on my head and return to everybody and just.
Are you going to
ignore everyone's comments? Nothing happens. There's nothing. You see nothing. What?
Are you going to name it George?
Roll an animal handling.
Oh,
you're expecting this animal to do something that it almost certainly is not trained to do, which is stay on your head.
Oh yeah, of course. Well, I wasn't expecting that. I was just playing around, but sure.
No, go ahead, man. Like fucking Boyo's being followed. That is definitely not the correct roll.
Oh, bad roll.
Those are 8s.
Yeah.
Oh, those are. Oh, thank goodness I could do it again. Okay, try it again.
Yeah, it's
still bad. Oh well.
It's not horrible. It's okay. It'll chill there for a second. All right.
I'm gonna take it back. So basically, just take it back with me. That's basically it.
Yeah, it purrs and trills as it sits on your head.
Okay.
Boyo, by the way. Oh, sorry, go on.
Oh yeah. Okay. Just as the one thing I think I want to take, I will take one of the vibro knives for myself.
Cool. As we said, any of you can get any of those that you want.
Yeah.
Like any and all of the vibro blades, one each. You know. Boyo, by the way, that's like just follows you around now.
Awesome.
Your weird alien doggo just follows you around now.
Is he big enough to ride?
No.
Because that would be hilarious.
No, he's like the size of a dog.
He's like he's like 300 pounds. He's like the size of the largest dogs in the world.
But still not big enough to ride.
Yeah, but still not big enough to ride.
That's okay.
Your kid might be able to like ride around on him.
Oh, that would be super cool.
Yeah. Okay, what are your other concerns or thoughts or ideas or questions about all this good stuff? Who wants what? Who's interested and or concerned in what?
So I think that we need to deliver this cloth over here to and I'm going to use this term, the women folk.
The mirror cloth?
All of this cloth over here. We've got mirror cloth here, and we've got this
exotic hide cloth.
Yeah. I think that stuff needs to go into storage.
All right. The mirror cloth is exactly what it says it is. It is actually like perfectly reflective cloth.
Nice.
Yeah.
And then all of this stuff down here.
Where are we looking? Yes.
All of this stuff. These 3-ish warehouses. We've got this here.
We remember that you were interested in the shoulder-mounted missile launchers and nobody else was.
Oh yeah.
It was interesting.
Wait, all of the technical stuff.
Oh, I forgot about those.
All of the technical stuff, like technology related.
Yeah.
So, the scientific esoterica, portable personal computers, all of this kind of stuff. I want to take examples of, like multiple examples of each, but as given that they mean nothing to me currently until we start dissecting things. I don't feel that we have any need of the rest of it. Just examples of things.
Nice.
That way we can reverse engineer stuff later.
I mean,
sorry. Go on.
Sorry. And
go on.
Since you brought up the missile launcher as well, I'm just going to say that I don't think Malmberg would even know what that is. So even though I want one, he wouldn't know. He wouldn't even know what it is. So I can't really.
That's true.
So I can't really warrant getting it.
So
I think
we
as
would
far
like.
as the missiles go, I'm not too interested in those at the moment because I feel like they'd get in the way of my bow shooting.
That's fair. We would like to say there is enough tasty fruit wine and decent alien mead, as well as any other fanciful drinks that you can find in this nearby district, to supply the entirety of all humans on the planet with one night of really good partying and drinking. Upon closer inspection.
Yeah. Well,
Might not be a bad idea.
I wouldn't
You
recommend it. It
You
doesn't
could
taste very
recommend it to
good.
the Zupon or not. Just
yeah.
saying.
But this mead doesn't taste very good. But booze is booze.
It doesn't taste bad. It just isn't impressive.
Right.
The tasty fruit wine is quite impressive in its own way. Yeah. Yeah. We honestly...
Did you say the Zupon had returned, or is he still gone?
He's still gone. He won't be here this session.
Okay.
Yeah, he's off in the middle of the open ocean. Intimidating Besserix, or at least trying to.
Well, I think we've earned ourselves a nice respite. How about you?
Okay. Alrighty-o. Well, that's if that's the case, it's probably a good, decent time to end it. It's been about an hour and a half. So, we can talk more details and nonsense about what you want to do with all this stuff after the session. So, yeah, everybody feel free to say goodbye.
Bye, everybody.
Have a good one.
Bye, and we'll see you next week.
Bye.